Hey everybody. I'll wait for a few minutes and see. I am going to do a check-in to let you guys know how I'm doing. I'm also going to give you guys a couple announcements, but I want to wait a few minutes for a couple people to come in. I do hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. I would have been at Birding, but some complications last night. So I hope I get to see some of my lovely people to come back today as I work on the Riley Blake Challenge. Hey, Katie. I'm going to give it a few more minutes. Hi, Beverly. How is everybody? Hey, Bettina. If I said it right, please forgive me. With my hearing, it's hard to pronounce the words correctly. Bettina, I hope I said that right, but if I'm not, I do apologize. So, I've been doing this Riley Blake Challenge with my mother-in-law and aunt-in-law. Well, I was supposed to be there today, but I wasn't. So, I'm going to allow you guys to ask questions. You are more than welcome to ask what's happening, anything you want. So, okay, thank you. I just didn't want it to be sounding weird. So, I have 2 weeks of worth of blocks that I gotta get done. Since I've already caught up the other ones, I'm just needing to get this caught up so that when I go back in 2 weeks as a normal schedule, that's when I'll be completely caught up. So, how's everybody? I know you guys have seen me in the chat. You're more than welcome to ask questions about me. I will tell you. Yikes. We're supposed to get an ice storm and we hit 13 degrees. So, I do apologize. See, you have to go out in the cold. Hey, AJ. So, more than welcome to ask questions or anything you want to know. I'm not going to hide anything. So, I'm going to go ahead and start these blocks. I do have a couple announcements. I know that they're already doing a so long for the Scrappy block. The scrappiness is happiness, but I'm going to go ahead and do it in my colors. You guys get the progresses of what I do. Then we're going to also do Farm Girl Vintage. And then I'm going to go do a sew along on the Go Cubes. I know all of you may not have it, but it's going to also have some blocks that I'm finding or my friends are finding that I can do without the Alki quilt so that we can actually have both sides. So, those are another one. And the Socialite. I will be doing the Socialite so long. Let's see. Oh, and I will be finding blocks that we can do a so long with, FPP or not, so that way we'll have different blocks. The first 2 weeks are right here off of patchwork.com, patchworksquare.com. But I'll make sure you have the info ahead of time. So, and yes, I'm kind of a little bit of a, gotta have my patterns in folders so that I know where they're at. So, alright, let's go ahead and prep the first few order, the block. hope you guys are having a wonderful day. If you have questions, please ask. I wasn't trying to go completely dark, but I was trying to take care of my health. I was also trying to take care of myself to grieve over my father-in-law, but I'm okay. The other thing is I am just happy to try to come back. It's going to be a little bit slow. There's going to be here and there pop-ups until I feel comfortable. So, if that makes any sense. I hope I didn't scare you guys off. Oh, I don't know why I'm not getting all the chat. I do apologize, guys. Awesome, Bettina. Awesome, Katie. Thank you, Beverly. I appreciate that, Katie. I do not know why my chat is not showing me the all the stuff on the computer. And I know you guys will be here. But we're gonna work on blocks and just see how it goes. And yes, I put my fabric in, when I started this, I decided to put my fabric in the baggies so that I know which colors are what. And if you do have questions, you're more than welcome to ask. I just don't want to cut up all the fabric before I know. And that's why I'm cutting what I had left over from last week. I'm just trying to follow the pattern, get all the colors laid out so that we can start putting them together. So, there we go. And if you have any questions of this project, let me know. It's a free project on RileyBrightChallenge.com. I hope I'm not boring you guys with this project. I have been working on long arming orders. I've also been busy with that. I've been scrap busting. Hey, Mona. with my 2.5-inch squares. So if they didn't fit the 16 patch, I would do the 4 patch. It has been making a big dent in my scrap bucket, which makes me happy. So how's Miss Mona doing? I do apologize that I went completely dark on you guys. We really do. But we're hoping if we get this figured out, I should be back. Because I do not like being away, but I need to take care of me. Yeah. I hope you have fun though. I always like to go to the thrift stores and see what they have. Because you never know if you find fabric there at a thrift store. You can even take some sheets and stuff and cut them up. I've heard that before. Before just fair. For those away. Hi, Lori. I know, I'm back. Not completely fully back, but if you guys have questions, please ask what's going on. I don't want to hide that from you guys. Oh, awesome, Mona. I know normally I have my fabric already prepped, but I didn't this morning. But I figured you guys wouldn't mind as me cutting it up. I hope you're okay with that. Because then it gives us a little bit more time to spend and hang out. 2, 3-inch square. So, are you all working on projects this weekend? What are you all working on this weekend? Mona, not really, but I'm willing to do some if we want to team up and do it. I don't mind doing that. Awesome, Bettina. Okay. that's a good project to work on. Anybody else? I know that I'm going to try to work on some orders along with doing my own projects, because I'd like to complete some of my UFOs to be able to get them where I can just long arm them. The reason I flipped the ruler is because it has a 3.5-inch side, so I can just do all that. I have to cut one more strip so I can put another 3.5 inch. I'm gonna keep that piece. Awesome, AJ. Working on a beach theme quilt for my great niece. Hey, that's a good project. You're gonna try to do the FPP butterfly? That's awesome. So I like to tend to use up any way of the fabric, because especially the yardage was a really little bit in certain sections. So I try to cut them different ways so that I'm not losing some. And like the extra pieces, I would use them in the next project so that it's not feeling like it's wasting. And Beverly, you got several people who can help you if you need help with that. I know that Sandra taught that class. I am also going to do some sew-alongs too with free patterns as well. Fourth one. Yeah, once it, yep, I agree with Mona. Seatbelt. We need 2 3-inch squares. Yep. I'm just trying to keep my desk clean so I'm not losing my pieces. Amazon, AJ. I get my rulers from Amazon because I just like to purchase there. I can buy them at a small business. It's easier to find them on Amazon when they have a lot of quantities on there. You're welcome. Good morning, Kathleen. lettuce. And when I do these kind of type of projects, I know that there's multiple blocks. I like to put them in a bag and label them what they're supposed to be. I even did it with doing it this way. But sometimes I could lose this paper out of nowhere. So that's why I label bags. Hi, Patty. How are you? As I was saying, you guys can ask questions about anything, about me, about what's going on. I will answer because I don't like to hide things from you. I do apologize that I disappeared on you. But I do hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. Awesome. Mona, I am just glad that you're doing wonderful. Normally I use my little board. I just put it somewhere after traveling somewhere, but that's good. I've been in my sewing chair. I just haven't been I've been working behind the scenes. So trying not to show off the instructions because I don't know. So the block is what we're working on. I'm doing a Riley Blake challenge. Eagle Eyes. It is the Honey Blossom by Lori Holt. So we're doing this block. These are all the blocks I've completed with my mother-in-law because I go every other Friday with her to a quilt shop and do it with my aunt-in-law. But I was supposed to be there today and I didn't because of some issues, complications last night. I know, Mona, but I feel bad that I disappeared on you guys. I just don't like to do that, but I needed to take care of me. And then I'm going to lay this out because I have one more color to cut because I don't want my pieces to flop everywhere. And the last one is Basil. You're welcome, Eagle Eye. You can get the pattern off of RileyBlakeDesigns.com. And if you go into free patterns to sew along, it will be right there. I hope that helps. You're welcome, Katie. Those are the quilts I've completed. The wavy one, the chevron one, look. I did that free motion. The latest quilt was a butterfly quilt that I did a variegated thread so that it kind of popped all the colors together, except for the backing was a dark blue bobbin case. The hand binding, I actually finished that quilt. So but I will be doing some sew alongs. You can follow along. There'll be free patterns. unless you already have the Scrappiness is Happiness or the Farm Girl Vintage or Archbook Go cube book, then you can do that. But I'm also looking for blocks that in the cube book that we can do without the Alchemy quilt. Hi, Eagle Eyes from Texas. I am from Kansas. I need to cut one more strip so that we can make sure we get that 4. Awesome, Kathleen. Okay, now I got all the fabric back in its bag. The only reason this one's not in the bag, it's too big for it. So, awesome. Okay, we got the pieces. I need to take this pink piece and this pink, and I'm going to sew on each side of the diagonal lines. And let me fix something because I forgot to put my diagonal tape seam back on. It was coming off. So I figured I'd fix that. I hope you enjoy it. So I'm going to sew diagonally on each side of that corner. I would use my other phone, but I don't have my stand available. Yeah, sometimes families don't keep what their family heritage is, and it makes me sad to see that. That's nice. I am in the 13, excuse me, degrees. So I got the piece. You could mark it corner to corner so you can sew each side if you don't have the diagonal seam tape. But I like to do it this way because I have that tape. We were in the 30s yesterday. I'm going to stand up and press this. I will tell you, you do not have to get one of these black lock things. Thank you, Mona. I appreciate that. You do not have to get one of these block locks. Your ruler has a diagonal line on it. I just use block locks because when I'm pressing to one side, I can line the thing up to it. You're welcome, Kathleen. Hey, Shirley. I pray that you're doing okay, Shirley. So that's all much I've already cut up, which is not a whole lot. So now the next part, we're going to put two opposite corners with the white triangle, the squares in it. And then we're going to go from corner of the white square across. I'm going to go ahead and chain piece that, and then we'll go from there. Oh, and if you have white on white, make sure you have it flipped the right way. I hope, Shirley, I hope you're doing okay. Well, I'm getting ready to become my second cup of soda as we speak. But normally I try to drink coffee when it's cold outside. My top thread wants to play a game. I know that feeling today, Mona. I was feeling that way this morning after a night in yesterday dealing with stuff at the hospital. This morning I didn't want to get up, but I know I have orders to get done and get things caught up in my own possession. We were trying to figure out what was going on with my spine, but Doc didn't think it was urgent enough to check the MRI, but I'm okay. I will tell you, I am okay. My husband is a little concerned, but he knows that we'll get it figured out. This is why I was taking that break, is so we could figure out what's going on. I'm still working on that issues right now. Kathleen, we're still dealing with it, but we're trying to get it figured out. Hey, Brenda. I have to be careful with the MRIs. They have to make sure they turn off my implant stimulator and my cochlear implant, because they cannot put me through there without turning those two things off and letting the system know. But I'm hoping to get this figured out would make me happy. And I know for sure it would make my husband happy. Thank you, Kathleen. And cut that too. Press these. But Tina, it's for my back. We want to try and see if the new doctor will get it. I'm thinking it's the nerve issue, but it would be nice to figure it out instead of constant pain. So here's 4 of the white squares put on. I'm trying to do this. So now it's time for the pink on one corner, the green on the other. It would make my husband happy to know what's going on. Uh-oh. I hope you can figure out a place for them. I'm still trying to figure that out in here. And my top thread's being a pain in the butt. Me too, AJ. am not ignoring you guys. I'm trying to make sure I do this diagonally sewing correctly. Always check, yeah, always check the Facebook Marketplace. Oh, scissors. You never know what you find there. I'm glad you're figuring out your internet issue, Shirley. There we go. There you go, Lori. Alright. Okay. Oh, I need to turn these into a pendant. You can always try different things. Bed risers should help raise that cabinet for you. Okay. That in the center. And this should be a 4.5. Yes. Yay. Now some coming off the edge. Perfect. Alright, let's put these. I'm trying to lay it out for you guys so you guys can see it. you go. So I'm going to take the strips and actually sew them together so that they're not, so I'm not having to deal with that pieces. Once it's sewn, it's done. There we go, one more. If the thread didn't decided I thread on me. Now I made the chain piece. I'm going to bring this press to one side. So I'm going to press all to plain side. There we go. Seems a little big. We'll make sure these little pieces here are accurate because they look like they're a little big. Because they should finish at 3.5-inch square. Hey Dawn, it's been a while since I've seen you. I'm just trying to trim up. I'm doing the Riley Blake challenge with my mother-in-law and aunt-in-law, but I'm not up there today because of some medical condition. And it's a long drive to get to her. And she doesn't want me to do it. And then hurt later, so. Okay. That's good. Alright, I got them all trimmed down to the right size. So let's try this again. Alright. My thread is not liking me today. For some reason. There we go. I'm just chain piecing it together so that all I have to do is turn around and piece the whole block together. So basically rubbing it so that I don't have to go crazy. If you have any questions, please ask. I will be willing to answer any questions you have. But I do want you to know that I will be back soon full time once the medical issues is taken care of. This thread seems to hate me today. Your Singer machine should tell you what year it was. My first car was a Saturn. My mom taught me how to drive, one of them. And the furthest I've gone is El Dorado, which is 2 hours from me. Actually, I went through Oklahoma. I refused to go through Texas. There we go. I'll get get you a close up here in a second. Let me try to press. Here's the block. Try to make it where you guys can see it. So please forgive me. There you go. Okay. A serial number on the cabinet, that would be the one thing that will help you know what the machine is. So here's the block that we just finished called the Honey Blossom. So I'm going to trim off some of this thread that we got left over. Thank you. It is off the Riley Blake Challenge this year. So I'm going to put this block up here. And we're going to do the next one. And it's called the Jack in the Box. Good morning, Crystal. So when it's finished, it's 16 blocks. Blocks each week for the year. It starts from January to May. When I'm finished, it will look like this. It's a table runner of 16 blocks. So I can't wait to do that, but I printed it off so I can get it ready. So the next block is going to be called, it's trying to, please forgive me as I'm trying to figure this out. Jack in the Box. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Alright, there's 8 of that one. I'm just removing whatever I'm not using this time. I hope you are having a wonderful Friday, Crystal. I'm glad you found it. Yeah, typically, Dawn, I wait till Joann's has it on sale and get a boatload at once. I use little baggies to know the colors because of me doing multiple colors. But I love putting my projects in those bins. I use the drawer cabinet. I just haven't yet due to the fact that I gotta get to it. You're welcome, Crystal. I just use this project travels with me. So, and I like to make sure I have the traveling case with me because I go every other week, which would have been today, to go sew with my mother-in-law. We lost our Tuesday mornings. I don't know if we still have the other one, but I'll have to find out. We had two. We lost one on the main road that I normally go into, but I'll have to check the other one when I go up there for Girls Week, or when I go up into Wichita. Then I use Ziploc bags to put my pieces in there. That's understandable, Crystal. I would be that way if I lost that pattern. I lost a pattern too. Yes, I would be with her right now, but I had some medical issues yesterday that she didn't want me to drive to be safe. My mother-in-law is the one that I go sew, which is my husband's mom. my parents do not sew. They'll craft and do diamond art or painting, but not as much as. The reason I'm throwing the big bulk of fabric back is because I want to make sure I'm using these pieces around as well. Just need 2.5 inch square. Perfect. Dawn, I know you haven't heard about the news. I lost my father-in-law, so that's why I spend a lot more time with her. Because I don't want her to be alone. Alright. I want to press all these ones that are curling up on me. So I don't want them curling while I'm. Alright. I gotta make half square triangles real quick. It wants me to sew on the opposite side of the triangles. Thank you, Dawn. Awesome, Brenda. I made a mistake. Uh-oh. I put two colors together and not a color and a white. When you're working with white on white, make sure you check which way it's supposed to go. Because you don't want to have white on white and it's the wrong way. Hi, Tracy. I had to do classes in high school for driver's ed. And of course, this thread is bugging me. It's not working with me. my thread is being a stinker because it doesn't want to stay on. Okay, Lori. So, Journey, what are you working on this weekend? So I basically chain pieced one side trying to do the, so they wanted you to draw a line, and so on opposite side of that line, or you can use the tape, diagonal tape. Sorry guys. So here's my fun chain piecing to get the half square triangle. So now we're going to trim it and then press it, and then we should be ready to do the next part. And I'm just going to cut. And then we'll trim it to the size, and that way when we're ready to piece it all together, it will match. And this one you'll need to press through the dark because you don't want to show it through the light. My parents own a 2016 Camaro and a 67 Camaro. Or 88 Camaro, I'm sorry. Alright, let's press to the dark. One is gray and one is red. Awesome, Tracy. I'm trying to make sure it pressed the. Alright, I'm going to move these pieces up and out of my way so we can square down the triangles. Do not have to buy this block lock thing. You can use your regular ruler to get your half square triangles to the size you want. But I do love my block blocks because it does help when I'm trying to trim. Yeah. I like to lay out the blocks so that I know how it goes, so we're not. Hi, Susan. It's alright, it was just a random one. I just didn't want all of you thinking I went in the dark. But I figured I'd do work on my... I was supposed to see my mother-in-law, Susan, today, but due to complications last night, which you probably know, my mother-in-law suggested I didn't come. And come in 2 weeks again. Because she's a bit worried about me with driving. Right now we're just working on the Riley Blake Challenge. Then I'll make a few announcements again, just as a reminder. We'll go from there. Right now I'm just trying to trim up these blocks. Like a reminder, you do not have to purchase the block locks. I just did because I was trying to make sure I stay straight because I have a horrible time doing it. But I've gotten better to using my regular ruler for it. But I don't want to waste the purchase. Hi, Linda. Hey, you're fine. You're here. It doesn't matter if you're late or not. I'm just doing some... Thank you, Kathleen. I'm just doing some sewing, answering any questions about why I was in the dark or anything. We're almost there. One more block after this one. And then we can start sewing it together. The Riley Blake project is right up on the board so you guys can see it. So, that's alright. pieces put together. Last block to fix. There we go. Alright, now we can lay out the block. We're going to get all the squares sewn together. Okay. I used to do thrifting with my grandma. We did it 3 generations. Yeah, 3 generations of my families. We've always done thrifting together. We're talking about actually doing that soon because we haven't done it in a long time. Yeah, I've been a little busy. This is the last block of the Riley Blake challenge we did. Then I'm caught up until next week. I gotta do that block and the week after when I go to my mother-in-law's. These two together. I think I need to adjust my camera a bit more. I'm sorry, Brenda. I'm just doing this. We lost my father-in-law, her husband. And so I know that my father-in-law would like me to make sure she's okay. Last piece to put together. I am so sorry, Mona, for your loss as well. So I got them all pieced, and we can just press them open so that I can sew them together. This one goes here. I do apologize, I'm not looking at the chat at this moment, because I want to try and make sure I put these pieces right. There we go. Alright, I'm going to start web piecing. Let's make sure these sizes are correct before I go crazy. Thank you, Mona. I'm just making sure they're the exact size. has the green strips here, the light green, so that when I go to sew them together, they're not off. There we go. I'm going to stay these back out so I don't mess up. Alright, let's sew these together. You're welcome, Brenda. So what I'm doing is web piecing so that when I'm done, I don't have to line up. I will still line them up, but I don't have to re-piece it. Bye, Mona. Take care. This piece, and then we can get it into a block. Alright, now I've done the webbing, which means it's not snipped in between. We're going to go to the next step. Just to piece them together. Yeah, she's starting to sound rough. I will be fixing her in a minute. She's kind of roughing up here. Thank you. There's already a quilt pattern to it. I will show it again here in a second. It's a table runner. is with the Riley Bake Challenge. So there's that block. And so I'll show you guys the what's gonna look like when I'm done. Because I don't have all the blocks yet. When I get done, we're making it as a table runner. So this is the last block. Yeah. So I'm actually gonna hack the blocks up where they belong because I do not want them to get lost. So and that's all packed up. So let's start talking about some things that I'm going to be doing on this channel, but awesome, Kathleen, that we are going to, that's an empty folder, do. Yes, we all know this, the Socialites 2 is going on, but I would like to take the time and do it in my scrappy version. I have Socialite 1 and 2 that I would like to get done, but I want to do it with you guys if you'd like to do it along. We will be doing some free patterns of some FPP and some non-FPP. Same way with the Alki quilt. If there's a block here, if I find it on a website that is free, even if I'm doing it, I'm going to do one with the Alki quilt die and one without, so that you guys can see the difference. And that's one of my things I want to do on my channel. The next two books, I'd like to try to do these. I've done this one. I'm going to see if I can find the Bumblebee. I do apologize. I took it out and was trying to put it away. So it was put up, and I don't know where I put it. I do apologize on that. I did the Bumblebee. I'd like to do that with you guys. And the Farm Girl Vintage. You do not have to do the books. You do not have. I will be finding some free patterns along with the 1,000 block book. I hope I didn't talk too fast. If I did, please let me know I need to slow down or not. I am also. I was thinking of something. Okay. Forgive me as I'm trying to figure out something. Oh, here's the Bumblebee. Here's my little Bumblebee that I did already, and I was doing it for something else. But I've also am scrapping up scraps. We're gonna have some fun things. Kathleen, it's okay. I'm gonna go find some free blocks. What I'm trying to do, it may not always remain in here. If there's a block in here that I know it's free, then yes, we will be doing that out of that. I don't want to make it to where you guys have to buy the books. if that makes sense. I've been scrapping up my 2.5-inch scraps. This thing was so full to a point that my lid was not sticking on it. I've gone through half of it. So I will tell you, if it didn't go into 16 patch, it was going to go in a 4 patch. So if that makes sense to you all. You're welcome, Linda. I understand. But I want to be able to teach some of the things. It's just, please know, I'm just going to do random lives right now. It won't go falling on other people's lives. I just want to make sure I'm taking care of myself first, then you guys. I don't know what I'm going to do with these blocks quite yet. I just figured I'd scrap up all the 2.5-inch squares, and then I won't have to feel like I'm overloading on scraps. So I'll give you a heads up. I'll do like a short when I'm gonna go, hey, I'm gonna go live, we're gonna do this. You'll all know, or there's gonna be videos put out. We'll see on the Jacob's Ladder. I don't know yet. So, but I wanted to get on and let you know that I'm still here. I didn't disappear on you. So, but I am going to hop off because I have to do some long arming work. But I also need to be careful how much I do it today. So, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. Be kind, be creative, be you, be unique. And we'll do more lives when I'm more myself, okay? That's understandable, Susan. Hi, Sue. I do apologize. I am getting ready to get off. I finished the Riley Blake challenge blocks and did my announcements. So I'm going to hop off because I have a long arm order that I'd like to try and get done because I have a boatload of orders right now. You're welcome. But I will be back in around. I know, Linda. So I'll see you guys next time.